Today we're gonna be talking about the most controversial thing that you can talk about in Apex Legends, and those are heirlooms. Heirlooms. I don't know how to say it, but hey, we're gonna be talking about those today. But these things are like what everybody died for, man. Like I know people that will spend their life's savings just to get one heirloom, man. Like so far, I think I spent like what $200 since season 3 just to get a heirloom, and I just stopped, to be honest, cause like it was just way too much. So let me know in the comments if you think heirlooms should be a lot cheaper, or you should open less packs to get a heirloom, like 300 maybe instead of 500. You know, at respawn. Hope they watching this. But the way this video is gonna work is that I'm gonna talk about the concepts for the heirlooms for characters that don't have any yet. So like Watson, Caustic, Mirage, and etc. But before we get started, just a disclaimer that these concepts, these artworks belong to the respected artists or the respected owners, whoever owns these, okay? So none of this is mine, none of it. I'm just here to share the sauce with y'all, that's it. So let's hop right into it. So first up, we're gonna go with Natalia, or also known as your girl Watson. For the first concept we have is these things right here. So these things are pretty dope. I honestly think they're pretty fire. So these are like nunchucks with electricity running through them, and it looks like they can extend to like sort of like whiplashes. So this is what I imagine Watson's inspection mode is gonna look like. LOL, nah, I don't know about that. That's actually kind of terrifying. Imagine Watson just coming down the hallway and she doing that. I gotta back out, man. I gotta go the other way. So for a second concept for a heirloom, we have this handheld spark, which in my opinion isn't that great as the other one. But it's like a little taser, I guess. Whether there's like when you kill somebody, you can tase them with it. So I don't know, man. In my opinion, the hands down, the first one I showed you was way better than this. On to the last and final heirloom concept for Watson is a electric bat stick. This one is better than the last one I just showed you. I feel like this one would be pretty dope. Like she can swing it around like a bat while it's like zapping like zzz, zzz, zzz. So I think this one's really cool as well. Let me know in the comments below which one out of those three are the best ones. The best one I would have to say would be the first one. Up next we have Death himself, Revenant. So out of all the concepts heirlooms that I found, I think Revenant has one of the sickest heirlooms out there, in my opinion. So the first idea is him having a scythe. A scythe really matches his lore, because you know Revenant, we all know he cares about death, and he typically is death. So this is the Grim Reaper. He represents death and he carries a scythe. So you can see how it correlates with Revenant's lore. Wait, hold up. You see that, guys? What is that? Oh my god!
Beg for your life. It's good for both of us.
The next heirloom we have for Revenant is the glass shard. You remember in the cinematic trailer where he took the shard out of his neck and then he looked at himself, figured out that he was a robot? Yeah, that piece of glass. And somehow it made it into the concept of heirlooms. So how this thing will work, when you inspect it, Revenant puts the glass to his face and he sees that he's a robot, and then he just turns mad and goes into Super Saiyan God mode, aka his shadow mode. So that's pretty nice, but I know people would rather pick the scythe over the piece of glass, man. Come on now, it's the scythe or the glass? Which one, scythe or glass? I take this scythe 10 out of 10. The next heirloom concept is for Gibraltar. Okay. So for Gibraltar, we have a good guess on what his heirloom's going to be, because we see in a bunch of frames in the game Easter egging that this heirloom is probably going to be his. I'm not sure what to call this thing, which I apologize. Which I think it is like a melee weapon for his culture. I'm not quite sure. But I can say that we do see Gibraltar yield this weapon in his poses as well as his finishers. For example, so as you can see, Gibraltar is holding this weapon, the melee club, I don't know what to call it, axe, but this thing gonna chop. But hey, I think that's pretty good addition to his lore and stuff. But let me know if you think this is fire. I think it's really dope and it really matches his like personality, his fearsomeness and stuff. So that's a solid heirloom for Gibraltar. Next up, we have the toy drone Crypto. So before even Crypto even came out, everybody thought this man was gonna have a sword, a samurai sword. So this could possibly be one of his heirloom. That's a far reach, But I think it pretty dope, cause I mean, imagine having a samurai as a heirloom. Like, you just flinging that thing all like left and right, doing tricks with it as an inspection mode. Like, don't tell me that wouldn't be fire, cause it obviously would, you know. Next up for Crypto's heirloom, it is the data knife. Data, I don't know. Hey, but it's a knife, bro. It looks pretty dope. There's a very strong possibility that this will be Crypto's heirloom, because everybody's talking about it. I think the devs even talked about it one time, that his heirloom's gonna be based on the data knife from Titanfall. So, I mean, both of them are really solid. I really don't care, because I don't really play Crypto like that. I'm quite sure nobody else plays Crypto like that. But these are exceptionally good heirlooms for Crypto to have. Next up, we have the Gas Man. That boy Caustic. And he's literally toxic to the game. And ranked, I'm getting off topic, but in ranked, this is all you see, man. Just Caustics throwing their gas around and just destroying everybody. Alright, onto the subject, bro. But this heirloom is pretty dope. So basically, this is like a bat full of toxins. So I can see like Caustic beating up somebody with this bat while gas is coming out, man. But this is a really cool design. Whoever made this, man, this is really dope. It matches Caustic really well with the gas coming out and stuff. The second heirloom concept matches a little bit more with this lore, and it is a flask. A flask is what scientists usually do to like mix chemicals or mix solutions in it or whatever. So this really matches his lore. The inspection that the heirloom could have is that he's mixing his chemicals in the flask and like mixing it up and whatnot. And then the finisher he can do with the flask is like he breaks the flask on top of his head and just stab him, you know, with the sharp end. I know that's a little too violent, but that would be pretty fire though. I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have Bangalore. So Bangalore was an ex-military specialist. So these heirlooms do match your lore. So the first heirloom concept we have is the brass knuckles with the spikes. You can also see the G7 at the bottom of those brass knuckles. And if you guys never noticed that, I think Bangalore's favorite gun in the game is a G7. She is a G7 warrior. So this is a beautiful design, whoever made this, because you added a military lore with their favorite gun into one heirloom, which is absolutely phenomenal. So the second heirloom design for Bangalore is a Bowie knife or a military knife, and these things are like absolutely massive if you ever seen one in person. But this one is pretty dope. I can see Bang with it, and then there's like brass knuckle hooks that she can like put her hands into it. So this thing's really awesome. It shows her combat with this knife, man. I don't know which one's better, the brass knuckles or the knife, man. Let me know in the comments which one was better. Last but not least, we have the Baboozle King Mirage. So what speculation has out there is that this same Mirage heirloom is going to be next up, which is sad because I really want you to brought this heirloom because I just think that's one of the cleanest or revenants. So first up for Mirage's heirloom is a bat. I have to be fairly honest with this. I honestly don't think that this heirloom isn't that great. It's okay, but it's not that great because me personally, I wouldn't want to spend $400 on a bat that has, it's just a bat, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing special to it. So the second heirloom concept we have for Mirage are the hologram gloves. Same thing as the Pathfinder gloves, but these are for Mirage. The cool thing about these gloves is that on his gloves you will see like little holograms of Mirages on his hands, which is honestly pretty fire. And I really like this concept, and I hope Respawn sees this and then puts this in their game, because I swear, man, I would become a Mirage main if I see this in game. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoy my content, if you enjoy my stream, also stream on YouTube if you want to check that out, hit that notification bell. But if you guys enjoy my content, you love what I'm doing here, it will help so much if you hit that subscribe button. We've been blowing up lately. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So no furthermore, I have a little bit of gameplay. If you guys want to go check it out, it was a pretty crazy ending with the RE45 and the Caustic, man. It was a Caustic in a dream. So no furthermore, see you guys later. It's your boy Dark Knight, and it's been real. You guys too. Yay! Fire! Oh, okay. There's just one. There's a box if you want it. 23, correct? Oh, I gotta get out. Oh, get out. Get inside. Get inside. Get inside. Let's go. Inside. Oh, boy, I don't know how we made it up.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back.
Gas trap deployed.
Sorry.
Recharging new variable. My mission is clear.
Oh, oh.
Taking fire.
Let's do some shopping.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Inside.
Start. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Wait. No, we'll go fight this. Heal up. Just heal up, bro.
I need shields. I need help.
Taking fire.
I'm down. Target here.
That bro.
Subject
Look
down.
out, enemy here. We need shields. I need help.
Reloading.
These dudes lagging everywhere.
Yeah, like everybody's lagging in the server. Yeah, the server.
Inside. Good. Inside. Inside. Good luck. Finish the dude.
Lagging too. Oh my gosh, that dude's
Only one other squad.
ass.
Let's go. Hey, that's what's up.
I got a dub without doing anything. The lag thing.
Yeah.
I lagged the whole game.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
I didn't know.